Scorpio, take a breath with me. A slow, steady breath that brings all the scattered pieces of you back into the center of your being. Because if this message is reaching you now, between December 25th and December 30th, 2025, it is not by accident. These days hold an unusual spiritual weight, a corridor of transition when the old year is barely exhaling its last breath and the new year is already whispering its arrival. During this thin, potent window, certain numbers begin to rise in vibration, guiding those who have the intuition to listen. And Scorpio, you are born with a radar for the symbolic, the unseen, the mystical currents that run beneath the surface of everyday reality. Today is about those currents. Today is about 5 numbers that carry a rare cosmic alignment for your sign during this final stretch of the year. Numbers that do not predict your fate but illuminate it. Numbers that speak in the language of energy rather than luck, meaning rather than superstition. These numbers, 6, 14, 26, 33 and 47, form a vibrational sequence uniquely relevant to Scorpio souls who are ready for clarity, healing and breakthrough. Let's begin with the number 6, a vibration rooted in Buddhist teachings and deeply connected to karmic cleansing. In the philosophy of the 6 perfections, the number represents generosity, discipline, patience, diligence, meditation, and wisdom, the 6 bridges that lift the soul from confusion toward enlightenment. For Scorpio, 6 enters your late December path as a kind of internal reset button. You've carried emotional burdens for much of the year, some belonging to you, others belonging to people who leaned on your strength when they should have carried their own weight. The number 6 is the vibration of releasing what is not yours. It is the number that whispers, "Let it drop." When 6 appears in this time frame, it signals the final stage of emotional detox, a clearing of space so the new chapter can actually arrive. This is not the kind of healing that comes through tears. This is the quiet kind, the steady kind, the kind that happens when you finally stop fighting your own heart and let yourself soften. And astrologically, 6 vibrates with Venus, the planet of harmony and emotional recalibration. During December 25 to 30, Venus blesses Scorpio with a gentle but powerful energy, the strength to forgive, not for others, but for your own liberation. But healing alone is not the end. That's why the next vibration, 14, steps forward with a completely different tone, the sharp, disciplined energy of Saturn mingling with the clear-minded communication of Mercury. In numerology, 14 is a karmic restructuring number, a vibration that demands boundaries, truth, and personal responsibility. If 6 is the softness, 14 is the spine. This number appears when Scorpio is ready to stop repeating cycles that no longer fit. It confronts you with the patterns you know you've outgrown, tolerating too little, overgiving too much, carrying emotional debts that should have been settled long ago. During this December window, 14 becomes a doorway number. It doesn't just show up, it tests you. It asks you, will you choose differently this time? And Scorpio, this time you will. You've learned the lessons, you've felt the consequences. You're not the same version of yourself who tolerated what now feels unacceptable. Buddhist teachings describe the essence of 14 as liberation through clarity, not emotion. A letting go guided by wisdom, not wounds. And as Saturn's energy sharpens your instincts, you will realize that certain losses were actually divine protection redirecting you to where you truly belong. With the inner world stabilized, the 3rd vibration arrives like a golden thread weaving through the final days of the year, the number 26. In numerology, the energy of 2 plus 6 reduces to 8, the number of manifestation, abundance, cycles, and karmic return. But 26 carries a more mature, grounded kind of prosperity. It is not the vibration of sudden luck. It is the vibration of earned blessings. If you've planted seeds this year, emotional, spiritual, financial, or professional, 26 signals the beginning of harvest. Jupiter's expansive influence supports Scorpio strongly during this period, encouraging openings in career, money flow, and creative projects. This is the number that appears when the universe begins rearranging circumstances in your favor. Opportunities that were stuck suddenly unstick. Conversations that once felt delayed suddenly move forward. Payments arrive. Collaborations become possible. Ideas crystallize. Scorpio has spent much of the year learning patience, restraint, and self-control. 26 is the cosmic response to your discipline. It is the reminder that nothing you've done was wasted, and even the situations that broke you were shaping your resilience. You may feel this number in your body before you see it externally, a sense of readiness, a surge of motivation, a sudden desire to plan or take action. That is 26 awakening your momentum. From abundance, we rise into the spiritual with the master vibration 33, known as the master teacher in numerology. 33 represents compassion, divine insight, higher purpose, and awakened intuition. It is a number you don't see as much as you feel. Scorpio, when 33 appears, your intuitive senses sharpen, your dreams become symbolic, your instincts become louder. You begin noticing synchronicities, feathers, repeating signs, moments of déjà vu, or sudden clarity about situations that once confused you. 33 is the cosmic nudge that tells you your spiritual guides are closer than usual. Many ancient Buddhist texts and mystical traditions link 33 to the frequency of ascending consciousness, a heightened awareness that allows you to navigate life with greater wisdom. During this late December period, Scorpio's inner sight becomes razor sharp. You may sense truths about people before they reveal themselves. You may feel when a door is about to open or close. You may know, without proof, which path is yours. 33 does not offer explanations, it offers recognition. And Scorpio, no one reads the invisible signs of life more powerfully than you. And then there is 47, the final vibration, the threshold number. In numerology, 4 plus 7 reduces to 11, the number of awakening and revelation. But 47 is not as gentle as 33. It is the number of transition, the moment before the breakthrough, the inhale before the universe exhales a new chapter into your life. Mystics describe 47 as the vibration of standing at a doorway, not yet stepping through but no longer standing in the old room. For Scorpio, this vibration is deeply familiar. You have lived your life through cycles of death and rebirth, shedding old skins again and again. But 47 between December 25th and December 30th carries a rare clarity, the awareness that something in your life is permanently shifting. Pluto, your ruling planet, supports this transformation. You may feel internal closure without needing external explanations. You may feel an urge to reorganize your life, clean your space, refresh your goals, or reset your energy. These instincts are not random. They are the preparation phase before your timeline fully shifts. Scorpio, when the vibration of 47 moves around you during these final days of the year, it becomes impossible to ignore the quiet truth rising within you. The past is closing. Not abruptly, not violently, but naturally, the way a season ends when its purpose is complete. This is the number that arrives when your spirit has already outgrown what your circumstances have not yet caught up to. You may look at your life and think nothing has changed, but something inside you knows that everything has. And that inner knowing is the beginning of transformation. When 47 shows up, it marks the final moment before a breakthrough becomes visible, the quiet click inside the soul that says, I'm ready. Ready to step forward. Ready to leave behind what drains you. Ready to open the door that has been waiting for you all along. Between December 25th and December 30th, the energy of 47 merges with the Scorpio archetype of rebirth. You may feel a restlessness, a desire to clean, organize, release, simplify. Trust that instinct. It is preparation. You may notice distance forming between you and certain people, habits, or environments. Don't chase closure. Don't force conversations. Don't try to drag old energies into a new chapter. Let the distance expand. Let the fading happen. This is not punishment. This is realignment. And Scorpio, you are being aligned with something higher. Now when we weave these 5 numbers together, 6 is healing, 14 is restructuring, 26 is abundance, 33 is awakening, and 47 is transformation, a powerful spiritual architecture reveals itself. These numbers were not chosen at random. They form a vibrational map that aligns perfectly with the Scorpio psyche at the end of 2025. They guide you inward, upward, forward. They cleanse, strengthen, expand, illuminate, and elevate. You will not experience them all at once. They will appear in patterns, in moments, in synchronicities, maybe on receipts, maybe in timestamps, maybe in dreams, maybe in sudden thoughts. Numbers speak in subtle ways, not through volume, but through repetition and resonance. Pay attention to anything that repeats 3 times. Pay attention to the number that appears when you are thinking of a decision, a person, or a possibility. Pay attention to the number that shows up right before sleep or right after waking. Those moments are spiritually porous, thin, unguarded. The universe whispers most clearly there. These numbers do not guarantee outcomes. They illuminate pathways. They don't predict your future. They help you make choices that shape it. This late December window is not about passively waiting for miracles to land in your lap. It is about stepping into the version of yourself who can recognize blessings when they arrive, who can hold abundance when it flows, who can handle opportunities with maturity and purpose. Scorpio, you have a habit of thinking you must prepare alone, fight alone, heal alone. These numbers are here to remind you that you are not walking into 2026 by yourself. You are being guided, prepared, strengthened, lifted. A deep shift happens when a Scorpio finally understands the difference between forcing and receiving. You've forced too much this year, forced yourself to be patient when you were exhausted, forced yourself to carry responsibilities that were never balanced, forced yourself to smile through disappointment, forced yourself to be the strong one even when you were quietly breaking. 6, 14, 26, 33, and 47 don't ask you to force anything. They ask you to open, to allow, to trust, to step into alignment instead of control. What is meant for you will not require contortion. It will not demand self-betrayal. It will not drain your spirit. It will feel like clarity, like relief, like oxygen. These numbers are compass points leading you exactly there. Over the next few days, you may notice subtle confirmations. A conversation that gives you sudden insight, a memory resurfacing for closure, an opportunity appearing after months of stagnation, a dream that feels more like a message than imagination, a coincidence that is too precise to be random. These are part of the shift. These are how your higher self communicates when words fail. Let yourself be guided without needing to understand every detail. Scorpio intuition is not loud. It is exact. It speaks through the body, through instincts, through subtle emotional cues. When something feels off, honor that feeling. When something feels aligned, honor that too. During this window, your intuition will be at its strongest all year. Trust it. And Scorpio, you will notice something else as these numbers begin to activate in your life. You will feel yourself letting go of things you thought you could not live without, and reaching for things you once believed were out of reach. That's what transformation looks like. Not a dramatic explosion, but an internal recalibration, a quiet shift in what you tolerate, what you desire, what you believe you deserve. You are stepping into a timeline where you no longer chase love, but attract it, where you no longer beg for recognition, but embody it, where you no longer settle for crumbs, but expect the feast. These numbers are not random, they are your initiation. December 25th, 30 is not just the end of a year. It is the echo of an ending, the inhale before a beginning, the moment when the universe rearranges itself quietly behind the curtain. Scorpio, your life is not falling apart. It is falling into place. These numbers are the signs. These days are the window. You are the turning point. Trust that. And as we close this message, as these numbers settle into your awareness and your spirit begins to open, there is something important to say, softly, gently, with respect for your path. What you've heard today is a reflection, a symbolic meditation, a spiritual narrative crafted to speak to the intuitive, mystical part of you. It is not a fixed prophecy, not a guarantee, not a promise written in stone. Think of it as a mirror held up to one possibility, a thought experiment for the soul. If these words resonate, let them inspire clarity and courage. If they don't, release them as easily as smoke drifting into the night. This message is here to encourage, to uplift, to awaken, not to replace your choices, your judgment, or your personal truth. And any mention of spiritual insight, numerology, astrology, or teachings is offered only as symbolism, as inspiration, as story, not as literal prediction or advice. What shapes your life is your intention, your decisions, your actions, your resilience, your connection with the divine in your own way. So, Scorpio, step into the final days of 2025 with a steady heart. Trust the numbers that guide you. Trust the intuition rising within you. Trust the unseen forces arranging your path. You are not walking into this new chapter alone. You are stepping into alignment, protection, abundance, and awakening, and the universe is already opening the way.